Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through, the internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we're flipping through Mad Magazine number 324, released January 1994. Cover price $1.95. Honest. But before we do that, please let me remind you to hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That is the #1 way to support this YouTube channel. And I can't keep growing without your support. So do those three things right now. Anyway, if you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough. I got stickers, I got buttons, I got all sorts of stuff. So go check that out, and you can support me if that's something worthwhile to you. These are the people that support me on Patreon right now: Joey Gesso, Reflection of Perfection, Misimo, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Shane Buckley, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, Casey Ori, and Little Cozy Nostro. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. Oh, and this, I bought paint, so this will hopefully very soon go away. But in the meantime, here I am in a lovely hue of green, looking sickly as always. Mad Magazine number 324. What a great cover. This is one that I don't really remember, to be honest. This is my prime time for reading Mad Magazine. 1994. I was 9 years old. And this one did get delivered to my house. That's my, yeah, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, so this is from my personal collection. I don't know, you can fool some of the readers all the time. These are the schmucks we're after. Abraham E. Neuman. I do like the yellow. I feel like they were doing a lot of yellow at the time. Yellow backgrounds, maybe to stand out a little bit from the crowd. A lovely house ad. There we go. It's like an engraving or an etching. I don't know what you even call that. Who did that? Who did that? It was, oh poop. Look at that mad cover site. No, there's not. Oh, George Woodbridge did that. George Woodbridge did the artwork for this interior ad. I know people like me to read this, so I like to do it every once in a while. Most people don't act stupid. It's the real thing. We have William Gaines as the founder, Nick Meglin, John Ficarra are the editors, Lenny Brenner, art director, Tom Noskowski, production, Charlie Cadu and Joe Raiola, associate editors, Dick DiBartolo, creative consultant, Annie Gaines, general manager, Andrew J. Schwartzberg, assistant editor, Amy L. Vozilio, editorial assistant, Arnie Kaplan, summer intern. And then we have people on subscriptions, lawsuits, resident suit, and the usual gang of idiots. This is a pretty important letters page for a few reasons. First off, the Alfred E. Neuman look-alike contest. You might not be aware, but in issue number 322, there was this, the Alfred E. Neuman look-alike contest, and we had Prince Charles. Who is that? Why can't I think of his name? I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Anyway, vice president, right, under George H.W. Bush. And then David Letterman. Well, it was Prince Charles. All hail the prince. Mainly, that's how our voting went in Mad Magazine number 322. First ever Alfred E. Neuman lookalike contest. Hundreds of people voted. Ted Koppel. Who did I think it was? Quayle. I thought it was Dan Quayle. What an idiot I am. David Letterman received 23% of the vote. Ted Koppel, 32%, and Prince Charles, 38%. Other really inappropriate nominees received 5.7%. That's quite fun. Here we also have a letter from Weird Al Yankovic. Can't tell you how thrilled I was to pick up the latest issue of Mad and see that you'd done a parody of my new album on your cover. I guess idiotic minds think alike. Weird Al Yankovic. Gee, Al, we thought you were parodying our cover. Either way, Check out the world publishing premiere of Al's new MacArthur Park song parody, Jurassic Park, on page 8 of this issue. Fa-fa. That's an interesting, this is vertical integration. This is like an ad within an ad or a partnership. But, you know, they're lucky that I'm not doing the ad alert. That's what I'll say. And then we have some photos from people showing off their Mad collection. This one's all the magazines on the floor. And then this one's on the wall. But then look, he also has the trading cards there. And, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice this. Look at that shirt. Not that one. Here, I'm going to move up. He's wearing the shirt with all of the different racial depictions of Alfred E. Neuman. You can see the African Neuman, the Asian Neuman, the Native American Neuman. That's wild. I didn't know they made that shirt. Now, here we go. This is a pretty important one. As a card-carrying member of Mensa, the high IQ society, I'll have you know that not all of us are austere, erudite, elitist, bedazzled with plastic pocket protectors. I, for one, have a propensity for perusing your provocative periodical, and am proud of it, oftentimes while simultaneously masticating. I can cachinnate with such puissance that particles of comestibles are forcefully ejected from my rhineal orifice. Kimberly Cope, Minneapolis, Minnesota. That's right. World famous now, published in Mad Magazine. Minneapolis. World famous. Oh, joy, we've been waiting to hear from a member of Mensa. There's a question that's been stumping us for years. We didn't even get an answer when we sent it in to that bogus genius, Marilyn von Savant, over at the Bogus Magazine Parade. Here's a question. In the first Godfather movie, what did they do with the rest of the horse? Probably ate it. Isn't that a question for Francis Ford Coppola? All right, let's move on. Oh, geez Louise. We have Senseless in Seattle. Mort Drucker doing some beautiful illustrations of Tom Hanks, Rob Reiner, Wesley Snipes for some reason, and Rosie O'Donnell. And then I guess Meg Ryan, is she also in it? I don't know. I can't remember. I think I watched that movie a long time ago. And here you have the weird thing that I'm calling an ad. First there was MacArthur Park, then there was Jurassic Park. One was a hit song, the other a hit movie. Now Weird Al Yankovic combines the two in his demented new video, surprisingly called Jurassic Park. I don't know the tune of MacArthur Park. And I only vaguely recognized this music video. Was it all claymation? Anyway, then look at Jimmy Webb Music, blah, blah, blah. Scotty Bros Records. I wonder if Scotty Bros Records has a deal with Warner Brothers. But I guess this is kind of interesting because Weird Al Yankovic, this was his only appearance in Mad until, several decades later, 2012, there was the Spy vs. Spy celebration of 50 years. And then he did his guest issue 533 when he was the guest editor. And then popped in again in issue 28 in December of 2022. So I guess that's interesting. I don't know. I liked Weird Al. Weird Al was fine. I'm just not like wild about him. And I don't know. He's fine. Here we have some Rick Tolka doing just a 3-panel comic set up. I mean, I guess how else are you going to lay this out except like straight across? But I wish there was less blank space and more of his artwork. But I love this. I think he's absolutely fantastic. I really like Rick Tolka. Then here we have one of two fake magazine things in this issue. This one is Al Jaffee's Medical Trappings Investments Incorporated, helping you bilk the sick and not so sick since 1924. What's better than some Al Jaffee, like, inventions and weird kind of quasi-technical drawings? I don't know. Not much is better than that. Um, Also, I was thinking about this, and maybe it is my nostalgia speaking, but I feel like this might be like the golden era of Mad Magazine. Mad Magazine, not talking about the comics, saying the magazine itself. This has to be one of the higher points is the 90s. If you disagree, please leave a comment down below. Here we have the heart rate patients light your office. With this power-saving treadmill generator, storage batteries are recharged as sweaty sickos pay you big fees to run in place. Even the efforts of feeble old ladies translate into collected kilowatts for you. Did they do that? Was that ever a thing? Except for in Rocky? Here we have foot-operated phone bill. Let's get rid of complaining patients by pretending to receive important phone calls. Acclaimed in recent AMA journal article, let the incoming call be the physician's friend, especially good for ducking patients' questions you can't answer. Normally I don't make house calls, but in your case, Mr. President. Anyway, kind of fun. Now, I was really excited about this. This is why it's like one of the best, is because you had people like Jack Davis still working there and still producing awesome content, and you had that next generation coming in. That's what makes it awesome. A fan is defined as a machine fitted with blades that revolves rapidly about a central hub for stirring air. Please ignore this as you read a sports fan, a sports fanatic. A sports fan knows exactly how many homers Cecil Fielder has hit last year. A sports fanatic knows the names and addresses of the people who caught them. A sports fan works long and hard, voting for his hero to make the all-star team. A sports fanatic systematically murders the more deserving competition to ensure his hero's selection. First basemen are an endangered species these days. A sports fan puts his collection of autographed balls inside a glass case to protect them. A sports fanatic gets inside the case with the stuff to personally protect it. A sports fan shows team spirit by staying put through a long, cold rain delay. A sports fanatic shows team spirit by staying put after the team has relocated to a new city. Oh, poor guys. Here we have your showbiz career. Definitely in the dumper when I think I am going, as much as I love Paul Coker Jr., I am going to move on past this because there is a lot of stuff left to look at, including, well, I guess we'll get to that. But no, right now, Jerry Gersten. I love this dude. I love him because, I mean, he was doing stuff for like the New Yorker and like really kind of highbrow magazines, and you can see why he's amazing. He's such a great caricature artist. And so it's really cool to have him because it's such a different style than Mad Magazine normally had. And it's like he's a great caricature artist, and I don't know. I just love the work that he did. And I don't think he had that many appearances in Mad Magazine. I'm looking it up now. Oh yeah, he had quite a few. Never mind. He had like, I don't know, probably 30 or 40 just looking at Mad cover site. Jerry Gersten rules. I love him. I love seeing his stuff. Before we get into that, let's look at the Courageous Coils Crusade. It's curtains for you, lady. Splink, plink, clink, plink, plink. I'm not even reading that correctly. What, did you hear that? Pwang, schlang, quink, flaclink, kerplink, yike. Oh, it's a... Oh, Clark, Slinky Man saved my life again today. It's funny, you're never around when... Oh, that's impossible. Forget it. This is one of the weirder Doc Edwing things I've ever read. Yeah, it's something. Here's the Mad Nasty File, Volume 7. Charles Barkley was at his best in the Olympics, where a worldwide TV audience could watch him punching out underfed opponents. Charles Barkley shaves his head just like his heroes, Genghis Khan and Curly Howard. Hey, I love Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley needs to be traded to someplace farther away than Phoenix because you can still hear him from there. He's beloved. How dare they do this? Here's Woody Allen. Let's see what they say about him. Woody Allen is merely living out his old stand-up comedy routine that portrayed him as a neurotic with a shaky grip on reality. Woody Allen boycotts the Academy Awards because they don't admit children, even as your date. Woody Allen has finally found a way to attract widespread public interest, which is something his movies never did. Look at this Al Gore one. I think this Al Gore thing is great. Yeah. Al Gore often has trouble finding clothes that conceal the key used to wind him up. Al Gore joins his wife Tipper in crediting their success as a couple to their role models, Ken and Barbie. He didn't look like Ken. He was picked to be vice president because he makes Bill Clinton look like a senior statesman by comparison. Here, let's look at Larry King. Proves that you don't have to be one of those plastic pretty boy network news types to be boring. Shows us how Mike Wallace and Sam Donaldson might have turned out if they both had lobotomies. Has the ability to get beyond the superficial questions to the one no one's care. Nope. Forget it. I'm going to let it go. Finally, Ren and Stimpy. This guy looks like, this is Daryl Gates. This looks like Mike Pence. The Ren and Stimpy show gives continuing evidence of why none of its artists could get jobs with Disney. Wait a second. Wait a second. Who wrote this? Okay. Nasty File, written by Tom Koch, Jerry Gersten. Idiots. Okay. I'm going to do browser. Control F. Bill Ray. Okay. Boom. Bill Ray. Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that they were not insulting one of their current stable of artists, Bill Ray, one of my favorite Mad Magazine artists. He painted the backgrounds of Ren and Stimpy. And so, yeah, they hired one of those artists that couldn't get a job with Disney. All right, let's move on. Here we have a Mannequin S. Wait, that's not, who is that? I gotta see this. John Schneider. All right, here's the other set of whatchamacallit, fake magazines. The NRA published magazines for all types of gun users. Careless Gunner, this is starting strong. And look at the little boy holding it, and it's actually cocked. Let's zoom in. Better holdups and muggings. Oh, sorry. Dressed to Steal, special 1993, Felon Fashion Forecast. What a great artist to have for this, too. George Woodbridge. Rambunctious Teenagers, 10 Ways to Waste 'em That'll Look Like Self-Defense. Armed and Psychotic Loner. Innocent Bystanders, how innocent can they really be? What to say when the hostage negotiator arrives. Our restaurant reviewer looks at eateries that offer clear, unobstructed shots at old tables. Popular spouse killing. Mistaken for an intruder, the simple but effective alibi that fools the cops every time. That's what happened with that guy, the man who ran with fake legs, Oscar Pistorius. He was like, I thought she was breaking in, so I lit her up. Check the insurance policy and 19 other things to do before you off your loved one. This isn't funny. That's cruel and tragic. Here we have instant nostalgia for the not yet old enough for regular nostalgia. Remember when People would call you a dweeb for putting all your clothes on backwards. Remember when the biggest trouble with Yugoslavia was bad cars? I remember it. No, what's funny about this? This is now actual nostalgia. Remember when we all got along just fine with an old 286SX computer with only 1 megabyte of RAM? No, I don't. I'll be honest. Remember when playing with squirt guns could only make you wet? Pow, pow, pow. Remember when you had to tie your laces to keep your sneakers on your feet during ball practice in gym? Oh, those were the Reebok pumps. Those are sick. Remember when heavyweight boxing champs just demonstrated how strong and mean they were inside the ring? Know what's funny is like he picked the perfect time to be a dirtbag. And he also didn't like kill anybody. He just beat and raped them. But now everybody loves him. He's beloved. I mean, he did like, he stopped doing that. That's good, but he also did that. Here, I love this. I absolutely love this. Here, editors, surprise, I've come up with an entirely new way to do Sergio Aragones looks at cars. How do you like it? I liked it. I really enjoyed it. I actually was looking very closely at all the cars. That was quite fun. But no fake out for you. This is a mad look at cars. Oh shit. It's 20, what? We're at 21 minutes. My God, we're gonna run out of time. This is why. Look at how much is left. Golly. Yeah, it's okay. God, these are funny. I think like just last week I was showing, maybe it was the one before. It's fun to watch the progression. Like this is the one that I remember. This is the OG. It's not the OG, but I'm just saying like this is the quintessential style for a mad look at. But it wasn't always like this. It took a while for him to get to this point. And it's kind of cool to go through all of these and see all of the changes until he really came into this. That's funny. And there we go, finally. Pointing for directions. All right, I'm going to zoom out. Oh, no, it's going to help make this video end on time? The lighter side of pages. Look at that. Wasted ink. Here we have the funky futuristic Fallout. Okay, Buster, touch your nose. Keep your arm out. All right, let's see walk the line. This works visually until if you see that, then you can, I don't know, it's like your mind needs to not see the punchline. Just as I thought, drunk as a skunk. But if your car's on a monorail, surely it's okay to drive drunk, right? And here we have Matt's 1993 Washington Lobbyist All-Stars. This is Tom Bunk doing the artwork. The only bummer is like these paintings, I'm certain, look amazing. However, they're so dark. The way they were printed or whatever. It's so dark. It's hard to appreciate it because those are like full-on paintings, and then these are the drawings. The drawings look great. Yeah. Here we have Zachary Ouch, the medical professionals lobby. Horrible Tappenhead, the Japanese export lobby. Why is it Tappenhead? Westinghouse J Shrimp. And then I guess this will be Mad's all-inclusive do-it-yourself abortion newspaper story. The more things change, the more they stay the same. The debate over abortion claimed 27 more casualties today as the two sides called for UN sanctions, pro-lifers chanting at the twilight's last gleaming, declared that life begins Henny Youngman punchlines, and that abortion... Wait. I'm sorry. Pro-lifers chanting Henny Youngman punchlines declared that life begins with spring break and that abortion does nothing for heartburn. This led to a 5K race up Pikes Peak with defrocked pro-choicers defending their right to become free agents in 1994. Mets fans fear that the issue won't be settled until Pat Robertson renounces Satanism. These were fun. These were so much fun to do. Peak mad right there. Here we have hit pause. Read this plucky prisoner's pandemonium. And we're going to skip over in the line to be fired because look at this, the Space Aliens date book. Hey, if you haven't, this is actually in the brand new issue of Mad Magazine. Check out my live streams because this one, we went through that latest issue of Mad Magazine. Of course, this is uncreased because nobody in my family is monstrous enough to crease a fold in. And then back here we have Curtis Woodbridge. Is he related to George Woodbridge? I don't know. I mean, this artwork is gorgeous, and it is his only appearance in this magazine, with some haikus for our polluted planet. Floating down the creek, the sunlight shines against the 5-cent deposit. The sky brilliant blue, the land lustrous green, except not in that order. Today's soiled diapers, special gifts for the morrow. It is their problem. You guys, this has been Mad Magazine number 324. I want to thank you for watching this. Remember, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. It's the best way to support this channel. Toodaloo.